Krishna Murtale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Namaste Saraswate Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunagavati Bhashate Purani Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasti Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So it's our choice actually. I was explaining this point. When you come to the Vedas, you are coming in contact with the revealed knowledge. It's a revelation. Let me give an example. Just like you are on Mangalore. Mangalore is a small part of Karnataka, is a small part of India, is a small part of the world, Earth planet. Earth is a small part of the solar system, it is a small part of this whole little cosmos. So small. Actually we are so small. So how do we have the capacity to know about the whole cosmic situation? Actually, logically speaking, if we are humble, it's not possible. It's just like an ant in this room want to know what discussion we are having. Not possible. So the only way which actually we can know, we think that we can know the truth by, perfectional pramana. Seeing is believing, I believe what I see. Just speak that we know what it means. That's called perfectional pramana, nothing new. We want facts and we want evidence to speak, but we know what you are primarily dependent on perfectional pramana. That is called perfection. I see what I believe. I believe rather what I see. But then the Vedic knowledge is not like that. It is Shabda pramana. It's a revelation. It's not the Pratyaksha Anumana is not there. It's there. But in Vedic knowledge, we also take benefit of Shabda and we hold Shabda even above Pratyaksha and Anumana. That is also important. It's not that we don't see now the world. We see. But we have more faith in the Shabda than in our Pratyaksha. That's why many people cannot control their mind. Because they say nowadays youngsters, one boy was talking to me, have you taken drugs, sir? How do you say it is not good? I said, you are depending on Pratyaksha Pramana, I am depending on Shabda Pramana. Choice is yours. I hear to doctors, I am not a doctor, they tell it is not good for us, I don't take it. I am dependent on Shabda Pramana. But because the overall culture today is dependent on Pratyaksha Pramana, even though, you see, doctors also, how many we see in colleges, doctors, drunkards, so high. It's surprising that doctors should know. You take the survey of students into drinking, medical colleges should be less than other colleges because they actually know the damage. But it doesn't help because they are in the culture of Pratyaksha Pramana. I will see how it is. Culture is like, there was one college on me, the principal used to tell me, Samaga. That one boy saw him smoking. They caught him. So why you are smoking? The boy said, sir, I was just experimenting. He said, there are no better things to experiment. This is the thing to experiment. So, why is he experimenting? Because the whole process is, he is the innocent victim of the process, which is Pratyaksha Pramana. And then 60% of the people who experiment get addicted. They can't come out of experiment. They forget they are experimenting. They are trapped into the whole addiction. Okay, so this is actually the. But when we hear the whole culture in the Vedic culture, why Vedic culture is abstinence? It is because it is the mood is Shabda Pramana. Oh, Acharya say, Shastra says, don't do it. Shabda Pramana. There was a King Pratap Rudra. He heard from Sarva Bhattacharya, Lord Chaitanya is Krishna himself. The proper points are there in the first part. This is the way to learn. Prabhupada always says, this is the way to learn. You see, whole life of Prabhupada is purpose. He changes our mood. Therefore, you see in the purpose, Prabhupada started quoting, Hare Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, Vishnu Swami, Lord Chaitanya, all say, we have to take knowledge from the authority. Look, this is the way. Why? Because he knows they are in a wrong track of learning. This is not the only way of learning. The primary way of learning should be Shabda Pramana. And also it is emphasized again and again that what are the four defects of the conditioned soul? If you want to learn the Pratyaksha Pramana, you should be aware that there are four deficiencies in your approach. What are the four deficiencies? Big science actually. I was just telling him. First thing is we make mistakes. What is making mistake? Pramada. Then our senses are limited. What is that? And then we easily get into illusion. And then we have a cheating propensity. In English, Sanskrit actually words are there. Brahma, Pramada, Vipralipta and Karanapa. So like that, we see these four defects are there for the conditioned soul. So how conditioned soul is going to see the reality? It is not possible. You want to experiment just like, I want to see something, but I should be conscious and I'm going to see from this eyes. I should be conscious of that. I know the limitation of that. I should be aware, no? I have to take input from my five senses. I want to acquire knowledge of Pratyaksha Pramana, but I should be conscious that information is being taken through these five senses which are limited. How you can be sure you're going to get the perfect knowledge? And then on top of it, an information that comes in, you have to process from this brain, correct? From this mind. We are not limited to this, their ideas only brain. Because we hear from authorities, not only brain is there, higher than the brain, the mind is there. Higher than the mind, the intelligence is there. Higher than the intelligence, the possible is there. Higher than that, the soul is there. That's what I said, the mistake of the modern psychology is, all these five, they make one. It doesn't work. Okay. Therefore, there any control means give medicine, give injection, give electric shock. Our control is, we say the mind is higher than the mind, brain, he can control the brain. Intelligence is higher than the mind, it can control the mind. I was telling you last time. Our approach is different. So Prabhupada is saying therefore that, okay, you may try to, therefore he is saying there are two kind of problems you see in this world. Let's get back to the shloka first. The shloka says all the different kind of versions of different demigods can attain the highest perfection, benediction, which is spontaneous attraction, unflinchingly fixed upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead, only by the recitation of the pure devotees of the Lord. Because previous shloka has given a huge list. Okay. If you want this, you go to this devata. If you want to do this, you want to go to this. So there's a huge list is there. It's really attractive. Correct? You want A grade, you go to this devata. You want 10 point, you go to this devata. You want teacher to respect, you go to this devata. You want to be famous in society, you go to this devata. Big list is there. And we will be actually very attractive because we are all wanting, we are all hypocrites actually, all desiring material, attracted to both spirit and matter. That's why then such kind of people generally are pushed towards devatas. But Bhagavatam is saying that if you are really intelligent, does not matter what you want, go to the Supreme Lord. You want to become state rank holder, go to the Supreme Lord. Whatever you want, go to Him. Don't hesitate. There is never, it's always auspicious to see the Lord, whatever the purpose may be. The very act of seeing the Lord is very auspicious. Correct? Bhagavad Gita also says, no? The four purposes people come to the Lord. What are the four purposes? What is that? Artho, Ardhati, Jnani, Jigyasu. Correct? Artho means he is suffering. Arthati, Artha means money, he wants money. Then he is inquisitive and he is in knowledge. These four people come to it. Does not matter. If you come to the Lord, that's very auspicious. Whatever the reason. Sometimes some people say, no, he is a very simple man, but he goes to temple. Somebody asked him, so many people ask. So Prabhupada said, going to temple is always good, does not matter what he is. That is never bad. And that may save him actually. That may save him. Whole atmosphere where persons is, completely compressed, suppressed by the mind. Moment you go in front of the Lord, immediately there is a relief on the hands. Correct? They're all crushed by our mind. And the moment you come in front of the Lord in the temple, correct, we have kirtan, immediately there is a big relief from the mind, from the harassment of this mind. And the real problem also you forget actually. Prabhupada has spent a lot of time in this purport explaining that the real problem of life, these big plan makers, either our own individual plan we make every day. Nowadays people like to program, organize themselves, these are the plans. But all these plans are for what? For making money, that's all. They boil down to making money. How do I get more money? How do I get more money? How do I get more money? And I look at a neighbor, and you get more envious, then how I become more enthused, I should get more money, I should get more money. But actually we forget that our real problem was not money. Our real problem is Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyati. Now to solve these problems, we run either to the demigods. The demigods, either you can see the real devatas which are factually there. All the devatas, Ganesha, Indra, Shiva, Durga, all these are factually there. Or even Bhutas people go. Or sometimes in this world, I have a problem, people have something called a godfather, somebody who's a big man, big powerful politician, or a very rich man. They become his chamchas, they take his shelter and they worship him. So either way, people take shelter of the devatas, or they take shelter of the science. Right? That's a buzzword, main thing. I think of people taking shelter of devatas is very good. They did a survey in England. There is a big atheist there, Richard Dawkins, very famous, preaching atheist. He challenges, generally it doesn't, not much prominent, we are not much prominent, generally challenges all this. Big priest in Christianity and Muslim on the TV shows, live shows, and he humiliates them nicely. What do you say? Like that, and they get stuck actually. Recently got a Muslim priest, he said, what is the punishment in your country, in your religion, if somebody gives up his religion? He said, death penalty. He says, who wants to follow this religion? Started, whole audience is laughing, shouting. What is this? They call it apostasy. When you give up your religion, what's the punishment? He said, death penalty. And he said, what is this religion? Like that, he attacks every religion. He has a huge thing, 10 commandments, and with thousands of people laughing at each other. Very offensive mentality actually. We don't have any offensive mentality. We respect, rather we respect every religion, and we say, okay, application and time, place, things can be properly studied, but in essence we respect every religion. Every religion, the goal is to serve the Lord. Essence is same. But now what happens is many people take shelter of science. So what they did, not only that, people go to church, they send these people to the church, outside the church. You're coming to the church, do you believe in all this? Did you see our show recently? 10 Commandments, did you show that? And people say, actually I don't believe, but I'm just going because it's part of my routine. So many people speak like that. So even though people may be so-called engaged in religious practice today, you see the essence. Because the essence of the society has become Pratiksha Pramana, how can there be a faith? They don't even know Shabda Pramana is a way to know real knowledge. They have to know Tattva. Therefore, we are not interested in this religion, this philosophy, that philosophy. We are interested in Tattva. Correct? This ism, that ism. The Tattva is that today's society is Pratiksha Pramana. But look, with Pratiksha Pramana, Prabhupada says, sometimes devotees tell Prabhupada and take role of a Prabhupada will take his disciple, take role of a scientist, talk to him. And Prabhupada will debate him. So Prabhupada, science has achieved so much. Prabhupada said, what have they achieved? What have they done? What have they done? This he talks in a bus. Prabhupada has gone to America, 1976. He's in the Radha Damodar party. They had buses, 20-30 buses. Prabhupada said, in every state of America, I want one bus, 50 buses touring every small town and village. desire, transcendental desire. And they had already doing huge, 20-30 buses at that time. So Tamal, Krishna Maharaj, and all these devotees were there in the bus, and Prabhupada was also there encouraging them. So they was discussing with them. No, his question is very nice. Yeah, what are you telling? Yeah, scientists have done so much. What have they done? Because they are meeting publicly, people ask this question. What have they done? This is shocking. Can anybody speak like that? Because what is the qualification of an acharya? Tasmad Guru Prapaddeta Jigyasusheya. Then next, Shabde Parecha Krishna is fixed on the Shabda Pramana. That is a qualification of a Guru. And you see how much Prabhupada is fixed. How much? You can see his faith is like, even we can get 1% of that, our life will be complete. Straight go back to God. 1% is enough. Straight you will go back to God. Of the faith you can get. But faith will live that. That is what should people so strong. So what have they done? How? And so much they have done. They made laptops, they are using LCDs, they made mobiles, they made, correct? And Prabhupada is saying what the scientists have done, they have not done anything. Why? Because the main problem is not solved. Yeah? You go to a doctor and you are having 104 fever and a doctor gives this much medicine, so many injections, everything. Temperature is same, what you say, what the doctor has done after 15 days, fever is same, 105. Not change, correct? We'll ask, person will ask a question. So similarly, my people forget what is my main problem. Prabhupada said everybody keeps this aside. You don't want to talk about that also. And the real problem is death. That's the real problem. And on the way old age comes. On the way diseases come. And then after that rebirth comes. No scientist has done any discovery to save you from this world. Correct? Hospital beds are only increasing. And if you are, that's a symptom. If suppose science has developed, then what should happen actually? That day by day, beds should start decreasing. You can take proportion of population also. Even if you give them the factor of just like inflation, of the proportion of population increase, beds are increasing. Then if the science would advance, beds should start decreasing. There should be no need of hospitals, only everybody is healthy. Okay? When they are born, give them one tablet, over. True? I am saying the wholesale in the society, rather with the modern lifestyle, which has been creation of the technology, of all the industrialization and all the things, new diseases have come which are not so much known before. Correct? There are so many diseases today because of the modern lifestyle. Now, who told this lifestyle? How you are created? Science has only created this lifestyle. They are responsible, no? Shifting people from villages and everywhere to the cities and having new kind of lifestyle, everything. So anyway, problems they are not solved. Have they solved? No. The longest living man is 120 something. 136. But he died. Finally he died. They cannot save. So actually this is not a small point, it's a very serious point. That I have a problem. Science has no history of solving anybody's problem in the sense of death. So many people took shelter of the science. Please save me, death is coming. Correct? Everybody goes, then he is very sick. What is he doing actually? Symbolically, he is taking shelter of science. The doctor only represents the scientist. He is a representative. Just like we are representative of the Vedas. Not we. Acharya is the representative of the Vedas. We are just small nurses in the hand of the Acharya. The doctor, professor, they are representing the science at that time. Can they say that? He goes, but one day, correct? They give some patchwork, burning some ointment to reduce pain, but one day he dies. They are not able to save him. So a person should see this reality that I don't want death. It's a very small thing, but it can change our life. Sometimes small thing has to be repeated to hit hard because it's not making sense. Sometimes we say North India, Dikhta nahi kya? Pashyanapi na pashyati deha patra kalatradeshu atma sahaneshu asatsu api taseva nidhanam eva pashyanapi na pashyati. He says Deha, my body will save me, my relatives will save me, Kalatara, my wife will save me, my children will save me, my whatever, remaining, whatever. Adisha means you can give a big list, money, government, doctor, nobody can save. Taseva nidanameva. Asatsu means they are fallible soldiers. They can't save. Therefore, Bhagavatam in the discussion of Puranjana is there. The story of Puranjana, when the death attacks them, all the soldiers run away. They can't help them. So we collect all this. Actually, we know this problem is there. It happens sometimes. In the war time, people make human shield. They make human shield, Many terrorists do that activity. Police is coming to attack and they make army is coming to attack. No, that is one more. They make human shield, means they make civilians all around them, children and all around. So army person cannot shoot because he's worried children will get shot. They do that, human shield. And when somebody is killed, they make big tamasha, you killed the children. I heard in Kashmir they do regularly. Whenever the army is changing, they jump among the civil society. And then they have to vacate everything and the shooting happens. Some civilian is that. And then the CCC they have killed. It is good. The same way, we also, the problem is coming, just like army or terrorist, problem is coming, death is going to hit me. We collect so many people around me and we don't know, they can't say. I collect some children, I think children will save me, they can't say. The doctors, 2-3 doctors, I know, nobody can say. So neither the devatas can save you. So many people go to temples, devatas, I want good life. He can't save you from death. Neither he can save himself from death. Correct? Prabhupada says devatas, their benediction and the worship of all will be smashed. Devatas, they will also be smashed. Their benediction also is temporary and you also will be smashed. That is not the real place of protection. And some people not have that today, they are gross materialists, but they run to the scientist. And you save me. That's why every day people are very curious. Newspaper is there. Latest. Oh, what is the latest? Now they are telling that. Why we are interested to hear that? There is a reason, because I am feeling my problem is being solved by them today. People feel them as the saviors. They are my saviors. They will save my problem. Correct? People look. Oh, why do you look actually? The latest what they have done. Now they are saying this. The very approach is that I know I can't save myself. I am feeling these people are going to save me. Maybe they will find an injection tomorrow and they will give me and I will not die. People feel like, isn't it? And maybe it will happen before my death. So there is no need to worry about and definitely no need to go to Krishna at all. Somehow escape. Because Jiva has come, his desire is to rebel against the Lord. His desire, he came to the world only for one purpose, to rebel, have a life independent of God. Even the slightest of hope that tomorrow an injection may come which will save me and I will not have to die at all, that person can reject God and continue this. Don't worry about it. Future will make an injection. Prabhupada used to laugh about this. One person was there, you heard that joke? Prabhupada gives that joke. And Prabhupada said he also had one case in High Court and there he personally saw this. Prabhupada's case was that his compounder had sold a medicine to somebody without license, some permission in it. He had a pharmaceutical industry, so something was sold without to unlicensed person. So Prabhupada had to go to the High Court and he told the judge that mistake has happened. Actually licensed in my name, the manager has done some nonsense. I will see it does not happen. So he was pardoned. So at that time Prabhupada saw one case there. One man had murdered. Ghastly. His wife was involved with the compounder, his own doctor. So the doctor, what he did, that situation, people go mad. He got the compounder to his, lab, operation theatre. He didn't know where he's being taken. He said, come inside, and immediately put chloroform gas and cut him to pieces. People do that. And after this is like so many, now it's like very common. This kind of killing, cutting, every Delhi University in front of broad daylight, Bangalore, recently shooting. So dangerous. Anyway, I'm not scared to meet the builders because most of them are having underworld threats. I heard this. Because somebody may come with guns. Anyway, depend on the Lord, will go. Right? Dangerous. All rich people are in danger. No? Oh, they pay the tax. No. Those who don't pay, then the tax you have to give. You don't give tax, you are in trouble. So now what happened is that person was killed. So he packed him up in a wooden box. After cutting him to pieces, wooden box, he packed him. And he went to throw somewhere and dispose of. But then a policeman, British policeman, he saw blood from this thing. Immediately arrested. And he was put, the case came to the court, High Court. High Court, the decision was going on. And he hired, he was a big rich doctor, so he hired a big lawyer. Some Robert even remembers the name. That time British lawyers were very valuable because they were expert. They were British law, they know very well. So then what happened was that the judge said, you are given death penalty. So the lawyer told him, see, now you go for death penalty, I'll later give an appeal and get you released. He's telling you, now you go and die, later I'll save you. So Prabhupada says the scientists are doing exactly that. Now you go to hell, later we will save you. We'll find a chemical later and we'll save you. So somehow, somewhere in the mind, we have to remove this fact, and you can't remove the prataksha pramana, because prataksha pramana, always a hope will be there. Possible maybe tomorrow, correct? We are finding a gene which is the aging gene, in the human genome, and we will twist it and do something with it, some genetic modification, and he will not die. Prataksha pramana always naturally there, but in Shabda pramana, nobody can avoid. Nobody can live 1 second more than it is destined to live in this body. Whatever the scientists or doctors can do, you can't change that. That you know by Shabda pramana, never by Prataksha pramana. Right? So this is a way to learn actually. And when they clash between Prataksha and Shabda predominates. That's why you can control the mind also. Now there is the agitation of the mind in the senses. No, Krishna says don't do it. At that time when the mind intelligence becomes corrupted, correct? When the mind intelligence becomes corrupted, you can't depend on it. Because it is saying, go ahead, very nice. Later we will see your Gita. Maybe you go through it, tomorrow you will understand, you will get renunciation after going through it. That's what the intention comes, correct? At that time, immediately we have to go to Shabda and hold to Shabda. No, Krishna, how Prabhupada said, I give that example, very nice, so strong. Somebody told Prabhupada, what is there? It's not a big sin, sometimes to have tea or coffee. So Prabhupada said, disciple will go to hell, but displease his spiritual master. Another, we get a shock because it's on such a different platform he's speaking. Correct? We are not on the platform. Prabhupada, the disciple will go to hell, that displease the spiritual master by any activity. What a beautiful platform and Acharya gets in actually. So this is understood. So the scientists actually cannot save us, Devatas cannot save us, only Krishna can save us. This we should be convinced. And then the whole Vedic knowledge being Shabda Pramana is like a revelation. And that is with that thing, with the respect. Therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the only thing which will work in Kali Yuga. With the respect and without any pride, person should submissively hear the words of the great acharyas. Shastra is nothing but collection of words of great acharyas or authorities. Just hear their word. That's all. It will be really saved. That means what he is telling? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shabda Pramana will save the society, not Prataksha and Anumana. Whole science is nothing but Prataksha and Anumana. Either it is Prataksha or it is Anumana. Or they are not able to see, they Anumana, they hypothesize. But the Vedic knowledge is Shabda. It is hearing from another. And we don't change also. That's also the beauty of it. We don't change. True, there are certain things which can help us apart from this, that whatever predictions scriptures gave was perfect. Lord Chaitanya will come after the periods of 4,000 years, before 5,000 years, he came back. He came on the banks of the Ganges, mother name is Sachimata. Exact. He will start with Sankirtan Yagna, he will go to Jagannath Puri and take sannyasa. Exact. Surprising actually. Then Buddha, exact. And then we have Chanakya. So many people, whatever scripture has said, perfect. And nobody has found a single mistake. Because Shabda Pramana is so valuable. It's coming from a perfect source. Just like Prabhupada gives an example. A child, when his father tells him, this is a computer, small child. You don't know what it is. You ask father, what is it? That is camera, this is what. Somebody asks you, what is a camera? And you don't know what is a camera because you are repeating the words of your father, you are perfect. So when you repeat the words of the Shabda Pramana of the Acharyas, you also become perfect. Your knowledge is perfect. What you are telling is also perfect. So we may not have realization. We tell somebody, chant Hare Krishna, and it will give you all perfection. And how do you say that? Have you seen that? That will give all perfection. But we are able to say with confidence, we chant Hare Krishna, it will give you all perfection. Have you seen that? No. How do you say that? How do you say that? What's your confidence? How are you able to say that? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Iya haite sarva siddhi tumar. You just chant Hare Krishna, all your perfection will come. We are able to. Recently in college, I spent one hour yesterday and day before yesterday. We had one class. Anna bhavati bhutani parjanya anna samava. Yagna bhavati parjanyo. Yagna karosu. So first two lines, the first two lines are understood. Third lines are not able to understand. How Yagna bhavati parjanya. I said, yeah, why you cannot understand? Because you are not dependent on Pratyaksha Pramana. You know that, no? And all living entities subsist on food पे. Food comes from rain. Sorry, ये दो लाइन तो समझ आ गया. तो तीसरा लाइन की, हाँ? Yagna bhavati parjanya. Therefore, Prabhupada said, what the scientists are doing for economic development? Always, if the rain doesn't come, all their plants will dry up. All their plants will dry up. And they will also dry up. Economic development means Yagna bhavati parjanya. This they are not able to see. So they may say, people may say, we'll do experiment then. There is no rain. China, there is no rain this year. India, there is too much rain. China, no rain. They are having some problem. So this is all part of it. Ativrishti and Anavrishti. So you go there, you will do experiment now. First thing, they will not allow you. Chinese government is the biggest atheistic government also. Even if you say, you will do experiment. But the point is this. History it has happened. Prabhupada quotes many times. Everybody knows Prabhupada says historically. There was a huge drought in Calcutta, and all the people came together and did a huge Harinama. One devotee Prabhupada that he organized, and there was huge rain after. Historically, it has happened many times. And Prabhupada even says in one purport that there was a huge Nama Sankirtan display before India Pak war became averted. Stop. Prabhupada says so. Acharya can know that. Huh? So now the question may be that can we do an experiment then? We'll go to China and do some Harinam and see. But the point is here, try to understand, you are dealing with the person, Krishna. You're not dealing with the machine. Now experimentation, like you put hydrogen, put water, oxygen, water has to come. But when you're dealing with a person, there is no rule. I give you an example. Suppose you don't have a driver. Shisha doesn't have a driver. So Shisha decides that he will give 1 month chance. Somebody says, I want to be your driver. It's okay, 1 month I will see you. Then I will make you permanent, I will give the job. Okay? Because so many people have applied, but you have come first. 1 month you try. Otherwise I will give chance to another. I want to see how good a driver you are. Now he comes every day, 4 o'clock morning he sits outside the house. Until night, 2 o'clock he is there. He doesn't sleep only. 2 hours he is sleeping. 1 month he works like that. Now can you make a rule? You should be satisfied. No. You can say whatever you did, I am not satisfied. Okay. Can you force a rule? No, you should be satisfied. No, I am not satisfied. True, any gentleman is not whimsical. Whatever it is, but prerogative you cannot take away. Yeah? You can't take away the prerogative. Therefore many people say, Karma Imam Satyarga. You do good, you will get good. What do you have to do with God? But you should not forget. Just like you want an application, you want to take a leave or something, and you go with the application to somebody. He has to sign. It is his choice. You may have, yeah, there is no force. You will not sign only, okay. So that shows that even if we have all the leaves pending, every month they get one leaf pending, still the prerogative is there. So we can't take away Krishna's prerogative. So we can't force him to get satisfied. So actually it becomes an aparadha on the holy name. When you try to experiment on the holy name, it becomes an aparadha. That's not the way. You are rather testing the Lord or trying to judge the Lord. Correct? Papa buddhi. What is that? Namno yasya phala papa buddhi. There was an astrologer, he did that practice. And one day he asked me, is it right? I said, nonsense it is. Anybody comes to a problem, I know what to do. Everybody knows it. You chant 3 rounds. And you speak like an authority. And you read first 11 shlokas of 4th canto of Bhagavatam. Like that. Anybody with this, a huge number. Something good. I went to his place. A lot of people eliciting. Some 100 people. Very popular. Compared to others, he's better. No? Very popular. A lot of people eliciting. Everybody is holding a mala and chanting. When you're waiting for him, you have to keep chanting Hare Krishna. With assistancy to it. That is good. And then you meet him. You say, what is your problem? My boss is harassing. Boss is harassing. And then Bhagavatam, there is a Shruti Phala. If you do this, you know boss will harass you, there is Shruti Phala. He has made a list of that. He's an initiated disciple. And he made a list of that. Okay. 6th canto, this Leela you read. And they used to come to temple. I went to see this, what is happening there. They used to come to temple, I am in the book counter. Swamiji, I need 6th canto 4th chapter. I said, I can't give you one chapter, neither one book, I have to give you full set because my set will get spoiled. And they used to become very disappointed. Swamiji, can I photostat? So why? No, one fellow, so every day 2-3 people request. He's very popular, the TV show also is. So then I went to see what is happening and I was surprised. All people, hundreds of people sitting, Hare Krishna. So very nice, but I saw what he was doing. I said, this is offense. Because then what is happening? You are making him use the Lord. He has no interest in the Lord, that person. He is going to the Lord to use the Lord in that way. You cannot control like that. You can't, generally we should say, when you go, whatever desires you have, okay, you go to the Lord. But at the same time, Lord's prerogative we should not forget. Krishna may not give because Krishna is the Supreme Father. If it is not good, he will not give. Correct? Then this person will become, a strange person. Rather, we should say, you take to practice of Krishna consciousness, all auspiciousness will come. Correct? But no calculation like that. Now I've read 2 paragraphs, I should get that. That kind of calculation should not come. So this is actually unique. In the purport, I marked 3 things. Let us see they do and in the vision. The demigods are as factual as we are. You see? It's very important. Many people, there was once devotees started putting proper lectures, in prominent magazines in India. They asked for articles, they started putting. Prabhupada said, no, don't avoid all this Hindu hodgepodge magazine, they are mostly impersonal. Prabhupada said, ignore them rather. When they want to know about God, one day they will come to us. Maintain our standard. They will not like to mix up with this hodgepodge thing. Generally it's hodgepodge. All gods are same, you're also God, everybody is God, and gods are actually, it's an illusion, there is no God only. And there is no Devata only. But we say God is factual, even Devata is factual. Ganesha does exist, it's supposed Shiva does exist. Okay? So these things are there. And they are very powerful because they engage in the direct service of they are empowered by the Lord, therefore they are very powerful. Then Prabhupada says, puffed up scientists. They are not solved the real problem about how much proud they are. And whole world is fools of worshipping. What does Bhagavatam says? Who worships fools? Jatu nama gada praja gaja swavidvara pussara kare samsudha purusha pashuhu nayat karna pato peto jatu nama gada graja. What is the time now? 5 minutes. Jatu nama gada graja. Who worship the people who are like dogs, asses, pigs and camels. They worship these people because the name of the Lord not entered their ear. If they enter their ear, they will lose interest in all these things. Prabhupada said that's a mark of a devotee. He loses interest in all this kind of thing. He just wants to hear about the glories of the Lord. And wherever Krishna is not involved, he is not interested. Just like we are interested in the Bhagavad Gita. Why? Krishna is there. Otherwise, what we have to do? Let us fight or not, what we are interested in? Because Krishna is there. But this puffed up scientists, why they become puffed up? Because society has made them puffed up. As if they have achieved something. But people should say, people here to Shabda Pramana, immediately when a scientist says, come, so what have you done? What have you done? Sometimes it happens, no? You are doing some work and the boss, you have to report. The boss says, what have you done? You have not done anything whole day. So they are thinking they have taken all the resources of the world today. They are given to scientists. Hundreds and thousands of trillions of dollars are given to science today that they are investing. Research. You go any college, university, they lose their accreditation if they don't do research. They have to spend crores research. All the money has been given to them now in the world. Correct? Previously they were giving to us and making nice temples. But now government does not give to us that kind of money. How much money? You have educational cess in your everything, you have a paid tax. Education. What education? Science. Why? It will save the world. But the fact is, so much 200, 300 years of science, what have they done? Our question should be, but for that, we should be fixed on the Shabda Pramana. Then you will say, they have not solved the problem. If you are on the Prataksha Pramana, then you will be bewildered. So Prabhupada said, it's saying, directly on the face. Acharya means, he's a Chakravarti. He challenges the opponent in the sense of art, in the sense of knowledge. It's a puffed up scientist. That is the role of Acharya is very humble, but he has to take a role of a lion, puffed up scientist. They accept the state of the Vedic literature that has authority in toto. So Prabhupada says, follow the Vedas. What they do? They accept the statement of the Vedic literature as authority in toto. Completeness, not cut paste, full thing in toto. That's very nice. And then Prabhupada is pointing out the gross materialists, however, without any faith. He's saying the Devata versions are better. At least they have faith in the Vedas. Tomorrow they will come into worship the Supreme Lord. But the gross materialists, however, without any faith in the Vedic version, remain eternally darkness. Pantas to kotis of the Vasara. You can never know the truth by your speculation. And driven by false conviction on the basis of imperfect experimental knowledge. Imperfect experimental knowledge. Prataksha Pramana, what is the problem? Imperfect experimental knowledge. Or the so-called material science. He didn't call it material science. So-called material science, which can never reach into the realm of transcendental knowledge. They can never enter the transcendental knowledge by their imperfect speculation. And then Prabhupada says to the end, otherwise both the materialists take a way of life without any information of God or the demigods, and the life engaged in the worship of the demigod in pursuit of the temporary material enjoyment are different phases of phantasmagoria, different phases of hallucination. Akasha, Pushpa. A flower in the sky that doesn't exist. So Prabhupada is pointing out materialistic way of life or the Devata worship actually cannot exist. It's just a different phase of phantasmagoria. It's not easy. Today we are attracted to the material world and the enjoyment in it. And as Shastra say, it is phantasmagoria. That's the only way you can hold it. But if you are depending on your protection, God, you will be sucked into the material world. The whole material enjoyment is phantasmagoria. You can never get that realization by Prataksha Pramana. That can only come from the scriptures, Shabda Pramana. Krishna says, yehi samsparsh jab hoga, dukh yona vehevde, adi antavanta kaunteya, nadeshuram devuda. Acharya means it's fixed on the words of the Lord. Shabde parecha, Krishnatam brahmani upashamashya. That's a real Acharya. Prabhupada ki